This week on C Plus News Time, there was a cancellation in some renewals, Hasan Minhaj is touring, and Ellie Kemper joins the long legacy of an early memoir. I hope that my memoirs are good enough to be read. Be warned though, there's about 4 chapters on the proper way to wipe your butt. All that and nothing else on this C Plus News Time.
It's C Plus News Time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Guess who found out where the sexual emojis are? Eggplant ghost, splashing sweat emoji. Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the comedy news you didn't know about for the week of July 4th, 2016. First up, ABC's Uncle Buck is joining the same fate as Mixology, Gallivant, and the Muppets. With the airing of its season finale, the Mike Epps-led series reboot that nobody needed or wanted is no more. One of the show's stars, James Leisure, tweeted the news earlier last week, really working that 140 character Twitter limit. It's no surprise the show is canceled. ABC aired 2 episodes at once every week, 8 episodes over the course of 4 weeks, which is a telltale sign that a network doesn't believe too much in the show. Its live plus same day numbers were published mere moments before the season finale. It was revealed that Uncle Buck managed to average 3.8 million viewers, helping out ABC by improving numbers from a year prior. But it probably didn't help that the series wasn't a critical hit. However, TBS's own shows are getting recognized for their excellence. 2 of its summer comedies were renewed. Sophomore show Angie Tribeca was given a 3rd season, while freshman series Wrecked was awarded a 2nd. Next up, Daily Show contributor Hasan Minhaj is going on tour with his one-man show. Dubbed Homecoming King, the show will make its North American round starting August 19th, setting sail in Portland, LA, Toronto, and more. Homecoming King has done well since its beginnings at the Cherry Lane Theater in New York. In it, Minhaj talks about his early life in Northern California and his embracement of everything American like Capri Sun and BMX. Head to Minhaj's websites for tickets. And finally, Ellie Kemper is writing her memoirs, but you'll have to wait a while for them. The improv star's book won't be out until 2018. The book, which remains to be titled, has the requisite stories and personal essays that many, if not all, memoirs have. It begins with her early childhood in St. Louis and goes all the way to UCB and Hollywood fame with the likes of Bridesmaids and Sophia the First. Kemper joins the likes of her comedy friends and coworkers like Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, and Mindy Kaling. But the big question is, why now? The simple answer is that she's a hot ticket at the moment. Kemper is prime material, and I don't mean that in a sexist way. She's on one of Netflix's most revered shows, has a great smile, and is just plain nice. Ever since Bridesmaids, her career has been booming. But isn't it possible that at 36, she hasn't lived enough of her life to tell stories about it? Now, don't get me wrong. At 23, I have maybe 6 or 7 worthwhile stories. And it's a smart move, too. Amy Schumer has her own book deal, and as does Kevin Hart, both coming within the year. But this is a trend that's been going on for a while now. Tina Fey wrote Bossy Pants when she was 41, although she'd gone through the ringer when it came to show business. Amy Poehler was very much in the same boat when it came to her foray in writing Yes Please, a colorful book on her life. Mindy Kaling's 3 books came in even before she turned 40. What is this fascination with sharing life's adventures, a quality especially shared by comedians? For one, it helps paint a distinct background between everyone. Who knew that Mike Birbiglia suffered from REM sleep behavior disorder prior to his book Sleepwalk with Me? Or how progressively awkward Chris Gethard's life was in his extensively titled memoir? With these early memoirs, we get the insight that an interview won't be able to capture. Faye has been asked about her scar, of which I've never been able to pick out, and she's replied with jokes and things of the like. But her book helped us get a better understanding of why the scar doesn't matter. Steve Martin's memoir, Born Standing Up, is written in biography form, not auto, because he's writing about someone he used to know, which happens to be a great divergence from the others that fall into the singular category. Insight brings not only happy times, but not so happy times as well. Darrell Hammond is stronger than most in admitting that he's lived through times of alcoholism, abuse, and psychiatric issues. Most comedians joke about that stuff, but he takes those issues head on. LYNCH even talks about her teenage anxiety issues. Books by comedians don't even have to be memoirs either. Actor and writer D.C. Pearson has released 2 fictional novels over a 3-year period. Stephen Colbert released one completely in character. Amy Sedaris wrote about party hosting and host hospitality. Harris Whittles wrote about humble bragging. And even The Onion has an encyclopedia of sorts. Ellie Kemper isn't too early when it comes to her memoirs. In fact, she's right on time. She joins a long list of comedians that have extensive writings in their lives. I can't wait to add this one to my collection. And that's all the news I have for you for this week on C Plus News Time. Why don't you subscribe and check out one of our other videos? Of course, you can always head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where we've got the latest news, reviews, features, interviews, and other good comedy bits that only I can provide you with. You can follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy, follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite, like us on Facebook, tumble with us on Tumblr, and why don't you go ahead and try to write your memoirs? Although I don't think that you've had enough to experience because of you sitting on the internet and stuff. What am I talking about? I'm sitting on the internet too. Okay, bye.